Hello! So, yeah, I suppose I've done videos like this before, but it's not the usual video because it's a haul video or part of a haul video. Because, I basically spent yesterday digging through a load of records. It was sort of a pre-arranged thing. Yeah, and I had a good day of it. But yeah, this place literally had a mountain of records, thousands and thousands and thousands of records. You'd literally need days to go through it all. But I gave it my best shot. I think I was there for best part of 7 hours. Must have gone through more than 5,000 LPs in that time. I've no idea really. But yeah, there was a big mixture of stuff and loads of priced things, loads of desirable items, loads of cheap things and loads of £1 records. And yeah, I mean, that's where I've focused my attention really, because if you're familiar with my videos, you probably realised I'm not very good at exercising self-control when it comes to buying records. So yeah, looking at expensive and priced items is not a good starting point for me. So yeah, by the end of it, I think I came away with about 210 LPs. And there's probably about half of them here. So yeah, I just thought I'd show these are the more interesting ones, more familiar ones. Some of the things that I'll be moving along as well and making a bit of money back hopefully. So it all helps. But yeah, that's why I just thought I'd show them all now, because by the time I've gone through things, decided what I'm keeping, there'll only be a fraction of this left. But yeah, there's probably another 100 that I'm not showing. Those are all the less familiar things, less desirable things. I mean, I've stuck them all in my Discogs, so I know what's there now. But yeah, I mean, I suppose if anyone's interested in those, I could always do another video and wouldn't be too much trouble. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, I'll just flick through these and you can see what you make of it. So there was, I mean, the first ones here, there's a handful that were priced actually. So yeah, this first one's Brian Bennett, Voyager, Journey into Discoid Funk. It's just a great album title, great sleeve. I do already have this this record, but my copy is absolutely trashed, and this one was priced at 60 quid. But to be honest, by the time I'd grabbed so many things, we just worked a price out at the end. So yeah, I don't know what I paid for it really, but I mean, that's probably a reasonable price anyway, because it's a really nice copy. I mean, there's a few little dints here and there, but yeah, basically the record looks unplayed, so really pleased with that. I got this Janice Martin comp. I've got another compilation of hers. She's unusual, I guess, because she's a rock and roll artist and female, which wasn't that common at the time. Yeah, I think I've got a compilation that uses that image actually. Bang Bang's a good tune. So yeah, there's loads of good stuff on there. I've got this Dylan Vibrations. You see quite a few records with this sleeve design. I think they're all John Schroeder productions. So I've never heard this one, but hopefully that'll have some good stuff on it. Marvelettes in Full Bloom. That's a Tamla release, obviously. And then, yeah, these are all the cheap ones. So, yeah, this was a record I was looking for, actually. Sean Phillips' second contribution. Played this last night, and yeah, I rate this highly. This is a great record. That's another one of his. Don't think that's probably quite in the same league, but nice to have. This was a nice find. This is Gordon Haskell, Sailing My Boat. Haven't listened to this yet, but I've listened to the first track, Boat Trip, which is amazing. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. I think he's connected with King Crimson. Slickers, I think I've had that before. It's Jamaican reggae. Brent Dow, that's on Trojan. Leon Haywood, I think that's got a famous sample. Lee Dorsey. Johnny Harris Movements. I've already got this record. I thought maybe I'd end up keeping this because it's a original pressing with the orange label, but the condition is probably VG plus, so that's definitely not an upgrade, so probably won't be keeping that. That's another Johnny Harris soundtrack. Quite a lot of Labi Siffre. Haven't heard that one before. There were 4 copies of this, so I ended up getting 4 copies of that. Quite a lot of Lee Hazelwood that I'd not heard. 40, so that's a nice album to get. Not So Very Important People. Trouble Is a Lonesome Town. Bobby Gentry Patchwork. I hadn't seen that before. Nancy and Lee, that's quite familiar, but it's on the Steamboat label. John Prine. Graham Parsons. John Prine again. A couple of Julie Londons. There was a couple of jazz albums here. Condition's not great, but I mean, I'm hoping they'll clean up. So there's that Art Blakey one. This Albert Ayler one. Some Transatlantic. I don't know what that is. I think it's like a guitar instrumental, sort of Latin jazz, hopefully. Looks promising. Louvin Brothers, don't know that record. Do know that one. Got that because it's on the same label. Ferlin Husky. Those are all represses. Pretenders. Ramsey Lewis. Johnny Guitar Watson. Roy Head. Got that already. That's quite a good record. Sade. Got this comp, mainly because it's got trees on it. Bo Diddley. This record sleeve is trashed, but the record's all right. Jimmy Jones. Earth, Wind and Fire. Stones comp. The Police. Blues comp. Shirelles. A couple of Simon and Garfunkel records. I ain't got any of their records anymore, and I fancied listening to that. And that one, Della Reese. This is like it's Latin Beatles, the Mirza Men. So I think it must just be Beatles covers in a Latin style, maybe. I don't know. Mamas and the Papas. The Everlasting Love Affair. And that's like a 2LP folk thing. Dick Goffin, A Miner's Life in Music and Song, so that could be good. Yeah, there was quite a lot of Johnny Cash records, to be honest, so I hadn't really kept track of what I was doing. So there's actually 3 of those. One San Quentin, Bert Jansch, Stax comp, Gospel comp, Mancini soundtrack, John Barry. Not sure what that is. La Familia. It's probably like an American soft rock thing. Giorgio Moroder. This is like a folk compilation. Sort of notable for that Focal Point track, just because it's a cheap comp, and if you find the original album of theirs, it's crazy money. A few Phil Spector things. Yeah, I wasn't keeping track, so I got a load of those. Shangri-Las. Scott Walker. This is like one of those sort of anonymous sound-alike. I think it's all instrumentals, but there's a couple of good tracks on here apparently. Watermelon Man. Bobby Womack's sort of country-inspired album, which isn't very good, I don't think, but I can't remember it. So yeah, I was sort of on the lookout for this. This is the Everly Brothers. But this is a later one from the early 70s, I think. Maybe it's 71. It's not jumping out at me there. But yeah, it's a bit of a different sound apparently. I've not listened to this yet. And so maybe it's a bit more of a sort of pop psych sound, and yeah, I think it's sort of quite well thought of, this. Wade Flemons, don't know what that is, but it looked good. Ramsey Lewis, Eddie Kendricks, Mancini again. This was another folk comp. Dick Goffin again, various others. I think this is a Christian thing. Booker T, Monster Mash, Graham Nash, Nino Tempo and April Stevens. I don't know this one, but could be nice. Passport, that's that German sort of fusion band. Wingding Party, tracks 4. I do already have this. My copy's not in the best shape. So it's a similar thing really, sort of anonymous kind of instrumental covers in a sort of light psychedelic beat style maybe. By Design, I think I've got their debut. But yeah, I think maybe this is a bit more of a folk rock sound by this point. This is various artists recorded live. Belfast's Maritime Club, I think it's early 60s sort of beat style. Tamiko Jones, John Barry soundtrack. The Road Home, Peaceful Children. Not sure, but could be alright. The Whispers, the original Blind Boys, that's a blues thing. Foundations, Steel Band, Dusty and Memphis, I've never heard this record. The Moog Machine, some sort of comp, could be good. Lani Hall, don't know this, but I think I listened to a couple of tracks and sounded pretty nice. Bill Withers Live, Lieutenant Pigeon, Jelly Roll Morton, that's on Riverside. Herbie Flowers, Martin Denny, don't think I've ever seen this one before, Exotica Volume 3. And Grant Green, The Main Attraction. There you go. Cheers.